right, so how do we get a good sound on the tuba? Well, we always want to use your lips to buzz, right? So the way to make a buzz with a tuba is you have to make sure you kind of want to start off by sounding like a horse. What I always ask my students to do is to make a sound like a horse. Because we want to be nice and relaxed and get a nice low sound. So just try that, just like a horse. All right, and then we can graduate just a little bit by firming up the corners of my mouth a little bit and rolling my lips in and making a slightly higher sound. So try going from a horse to a slightly higher sound, or like a race car, a mini race car sound. All right. Some of you may find it easier with just a mouthpiece. So I'm going to take the mouthpiece and I'm going to put it up right there in the center of my lips, like so. So I'm using the top and bottom of my lip equally. And then try buzzing and seeing just what kind of sound you get. Ideally, we want as low of a sound as possible. And it does take a lot of air. So in order to play the tuba right, and the tuba is one of the instruments that uses the most air, of course. So you have to sit up nice and super tall and push lots of air from your stomach. So put your hand on your stomach right now, all right? And when you blow, when you take a breath, the first thing that should not happen is we don't want to see your shoulders go up like this, right? We want to leave your shoulders down. When you breathe in, your stomach should go out. All right? Your stomach should go out like, and then when you push the air out, you're pushing with your stomach. Your shoulder, we don't want your shoulders going up because that just makes everything up here nice, really, really tight and constricted, and it doesn't allow you to use your air properly. So always, always, always want to breathe from down there. So just do it with me. Put your stomach down here. Just breathe in and out one time, right? So breathe in and out. All right, let's do the same thing with the mouthpiece, right? So breathe in. And what I want you to do, to practice at home for just a little bit over this first week is see how long you can buzz with your mouthpiece. Right now, you may only be able to go 2 or 3 seconds, and that's okay. But if you pull this out and spend maybe twice a day and just pull it out and walk around the house going, after a week, you should be able to hold it for about 10 seconds, maybe even 15 seconds. Time yourself. Can you get all the way to 30 seconds? All right. I might be able to get to a minute on this if I really worked hard, but we definitely want to go more than 2 or 3 seconds. And it just takes practice. And you may find that after playing for just a little bit, your lips are going to feel really tingly. That's okay. It's because your lips are confused the very first time you do this. After playing for a week or two, that tingling sensation won't happen anymore. So don't worry about that. But yeah, lots of air and buzzing. Try it again, right? If you're getting this sound, like a, what that means is your lips are pinched together too much and you're just not pushing enough air. You want to take your pinky and put it in between your teeth. All right, that's about how much space should be in between your teeth when you're buzzing. We want a lot of space in between your lips and your teeth. So think about that. Put it up one more time. Think about putting some space between your teeth and buzz. All right. Once you kind of get the hang of this, like I said, walking around the house playing 2 or 3 times a day for like 5 minutes at a time, that'll develop your muscles a little bit and enable you to play. Then we're going to put it in the tuba. So in order to play the tuba, like we kind of talked about how you need to get yourself situated in terms of height, but we also need to talk about making sure your back is nice and straight, and you kind of want to lean the tuba forward just a little bit, right? What I don't want to see is have the tuba be straight up and down and you're leaning back like this, because that's really uncomfortable, right? And it doesn't work that way. So your body wants to be straight up and down, and the tuba leans forward just a little bit. Right? The tuba shouldn't be straight up and down. The tuba should lean forward just a little bit. All right? So we're going to put that mouthpiece right in the center of our lips, and we're going to make that. And what I'm looking for is how low can you go? I'm looking for the lowest sound that we can get. So what the sound I want is this. And in order to do that, I have to put a lot of space between my teeth, and I really have to put a lot of space between my lips. Some of you may have to puff out your cheeks at first. we really don't want to have your cheeks puffed out. Right now, it's probably okay to have your cheeks puffed out to get that super low sound. We'll work on fixing that later. But the biggest thing we need right now is that low sound. Now, some of you may get a higher sound like this. We don't want that. In order to get nice and low, what you need to do is roll your lips away from you. Like to get a high note, I have to go like this. To go lower, I go, I kind of roll my lips out away from me, right? Like you're going to kiss somebody, right? So to get that low sound, you have to roll those lips away from you. So what I want you to practice at home is after buzzing on your mouthpiece, try working on the tuba and see how low of a sound you can get. Keep working at that super, super low sound because that's where we're going to start on the tuba. All right, so we don't want the super high sound. You got to relax your lips, put lots of space, and think like you're blowing hot air through the tuba. You don't want to be blowing cold air, but hot air from down here. All right, and that's how we get our first sound. Now, the first note that we're going to work on, the first three notes that we're going to work on, are going to be with the first note we're going to learn is with our first two fingers down, with the one that's closest to you and the one in the middle. You put them both down at the same time, and we get a note called a D. So this is what a D sounds like. And then we can go slightly lower and put our first finger down and the third finger down and leave the middle one up. All right, and then that will give us a note that's slightly lower. It will give us a C. And then if I let go of everything, I can play one note that's even lower, which is called a B flat. So those are our first three notes. D with our first two fingers, first and third finger, and then no fingers. So that's how we get a sound out of the tuba.